What's up, everybody? How y'all doing today? How y'all doing today? What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling today? How y'all doing? I got some things that I want to talk about with y'all today. So, what's up, y'all? First of all, let's get the energy right in here before we even start. Let's get the energy right. I came to talk to y'all and tell y'all I fell off the bike. I fell off the bike, and I wanted to talk to y'all about it. I wanted to be real. So nothing bad, like nothing crazy, all good things. But I fell off the bike today, and I feel like this live can be my ability to regain my energy back, or to like cleanse my energy. And I just want to let everybody know it's okay to fall off the bike as long as you are aware that you fell off the bike and that you're getting back on. You know, I'll be real with you, like I think my biggest weakness right now is just like emotional control. Like my emotions. I'm so passionate. I'm a Scorpio, my moon's in Aries. Like I'm so passionate, and I'm working to be conscious enough to not respond to people. Like I'm trying to get good at when people do things to try and piss me off, or when people lack of growth, or when people's like on their journey, that I don't find myself getting affected, because I get in these good flows, I get in these good energies, and then I let other people affect me sometimes. And I don't know if maybe, and this is where the self-awareness comes in, and I'm really just letting y'all hear this self-awareness to see maybe, I don't know, maybe you can grow from my self-awareness and use it to look at yourself too. But like, I don't like how sometimes like I can get frustrated and I can explode, you know? But it's like, it's not an explosion every time. It's an explosion over time. And I think it's when I get misunderstood that really affects me. When people are so stuck in their perspective that they can't try to understand your perspective, I think that's what upsets me, because I know how to do that. But that's not fair. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's valid to feel that way. What do y'all feel? Like, do y'all feel like y'all been going through that? Like I feel like I'm on the brink of something amazing. And I feel like this right here, this aspect that I'm talking about is the aspect that's keeping me, or can keep me stuck, but it's not going to keep me. And the reason why was because I watched the Joe Dispenza video today. I'm going to play it for y'all. You're not going to be able to see it, but you can hear it for sure.
For their success to feel empowerment. They're waiting for their healing to feel wholeness or gratitude.
I want y'all to see this.
Empowerment. They're waiting for their healing to feel wholeness or gratitude. That's the old model of reality. So then you got to trade that emotion of your past, and that story's got to go with it. And when you overcome your emotions, you master your creations.
Boom. Let me replay that one more time.
Feeling to feel wholeness or gratitude. That's the old model of reality. So then you got to trade that emotion of your past, and that story's got to go with it. And when you overcome your emotions, you master your creations.
When you overcome your emotions, you master your creations. When you overcome your emotions, you master your creations. And I wrote that down. Do y'all know I blew up right? Do y'all know? Do y'all know I blew up 5 minutes after hearing that? And that's what's fucking me up the most right now. Do you know 5 minutes after I heard that, I blew up? It's Lewis Hose. We House. 5 minutes after hearing that. And I don't know, like, if that's just a part of the growth. Like, if that's what's like. What is the title of that video? I'm gonna find you the title of the video right now. We probably should watch it on stream. The title of the video is Joe Dispenza, How to Reprogram Your Mind, Transfer Reality, and Create Your Dream Life. What does blowing up mean? Blowing up means like having a emotional reaction. Like you react to it. And the reason why I'm so like, it's like I'm upset with myself. It's like I'm upset with myself, but I don't know what to do. Like it's like guilt. It's like a guilt. This is like a guilt. And I'm trying to like not beat myself up about it because it was just right after. Somebody said maybe you blew up, but it was like a last release. Sometimes it's a hiccup before the full digestion. You feel me? When you overcome your emotions, you master your creations. Thank you, Rox, for the gift. So, I didn't come on here to be a victim. I came on here to talk about this with you because I feel like I'm not the only one going through this. And a lot of times we know the answer, but we don't know how to put it in effect, though. Thank you, Karma's Canvas. You know, so honestly, I'm going to call it a win. And the reason why I'm going to call it a win was because I became aware that it was 5 minutes after. I became aware. You know what I'm saying? You just got to notice it, get yourself, and try to choose different. Yeah. You know, I think what it is it gets annoying to keep choosing different, but then the outside realm is just like, it keeps, you know, but that's, you know what it is too? Is like, I think when you're consciously aware of it and you're creating an environment to not have emotional responses, and then something finds its way inside, I think that's what starts to upset me too. Because I try to make my environment as peaceful as possible. But when somebody comes in, or when somebody, you know what I'm saying? Either way, it's going to be uncomfy though. It's just what we're used to, yeah. I think it's a Scorpio thing. Somebody said, I think it's a Scorpio thing. Yo, y'all are hilarious. Y'all are hilarious. Right? And it's hard when someone comes in and tests your gangster. You need to chill. You know too much. 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 Let me ask you something. Do you think it really works to ignore bullshit? Like, do y'all think it really works? Like, do you think that when you ignore bullshit that it'll stop? My moon is in Aries, that's all mad. Inception movie says yes, ignore and start new. I believe it will stop, but it's not going to stop the way you think it's going to stop. I think it's going to stop because you stopped. But because you react to it differently, it's almost as if it doesn't exist anymore because you just brush it off. That's what I think. That's what I think. I starve things that I don't want to give energy to. That's what I need to do more. Starve it, starve it, starve it, starve it. Yeah, it's a kitty in the back. Starve it, starve it, starve it. So I'm grateful though to be able to see this, because if I'm having this level of awareness, there's no way that I could continuously experience this over and over and over again with this level of awareness. You know, and I was like, you know what? The only way I could really do this is like, I was like, I feel like I had to tell y'all, because I didn't want y'all thinking that I think that this process is so easy. It's not. It's a process
To understand.
It's a process to break the habit of being yourself. It's a process. It is a process. So I just want y'all to know that even I too deal with little setbacks, little stepbacks. You feel me? So let's get into let's get into it for today, okay? Today's live is about cutting them off. Cut them off. Cut them off. You see, let me record this. Let me record this because it's about to get real. We about to hit the sound bowl. We about to get started. What y'all doing? Y'all at work? Where y'all at? Y'all home? Y'all chilling? You at the gym? Where y'all at? Let me know. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Let me know. What's good, everybody? Welcome to the live. Welcome to the video. Welcome to this stream. Wherever you are watching this at, I just want to go ahead and tell you that I am grateful for you. I am grateful for you watching. I am grateful for you supporting. I am grateful for you listening. I am grateful for you being a part of my family, truthfully, and my friends. So the first thing that I want to tell you is that, you know, everything we've been talking about is really creating a life that we want to live in, or creating a life that we feel proud of, creating a life that others crave, you know? And I recognize that in order to do that, you have to first take your mind off of the things that separates you from that. You know, a lot of you guys always, thank you, Glammed Off, for the gift. A lot of you guys are always thinking about, I don't have this money though. I ain't got that money though. That's how y'all get, you know, or, but I'm single, but I'm this, but I ain't got no car, but I'm this. And everything you mentioning is everything you don't have. And, you know, one thing I can tell you is every single millionaire that I've talked to, every single billionaire that I've talked to, every single successful book that I've read, all said that gratitude is one of the most important aspects in order to receive. Thank you, user, for the gift. Thank you, Moshia, for the gift. And I want you to start thinking about things as if everything has its laws to it. Just like science. You want to make sure that this works. Let's use logic. Let's use science. Something that is tested and proven that it's always going to happen. And we have certain laws like law of attractions, law of averages, law of gestation, law of karma. And if you follow these very laws, life has no choice but to reciprocate and to respect it. So one of the laws of abundance is giving and receiving. Some of y'all are resentful in your life because you've overly given. And I recognize that for me. You start to feel spiteful towards people. You start to not like people as much. You start not to want to be around people because you start to feel like they always want something. They always this, they always that. And that's just because you've overgiven. So now giving is not pleasant anymore. And when giving is no longer pleasant, you stop yourself from receiving. You stop yourself from receiving. So if you get annoyed when somebody asks you for something, or if you're just like, that means that it's time for you to give to yourself now. That means that you literally have no more energy for anybody else. And it's like you and yourself is getting mad at you. And I feel like, you know, I'm not telling you to personify different aspects of yourself, but you can personify different aspects of yourself and recognize that there are different versions of you communicating with each other. Like your mind communicates to your heart, your mind communicates to your cells, your body. So understand that there are your emotional side is communicating to your logical side. And the emotional side is the part of you that probably wants to give more. Your feminine side is communicating with your masculine. And you got to start to have a balance, you know? I talked to a few of my mentors. I talked to a few people that I really respect, and I told them, I'm done with friends, and that's why this title is Cut Them Off. I'm done with friends. I only want allies. And let me tell you why I say I'm done with friends. I'm done with friends because friends are people who you've made commitments to give to them, despite if they don't give back. And that's the thing. Sometimes we have friends who we just keep pouring into, and we be like, well, it's because it's my friend. Now realizing that an ally would never let you pour into them without eventually pouring back. Allies have a mutual benefit in you being successful. You being successful makes them more successful. I can't say the same thing with your friends. And a lot of times, 48 laws of power, the people that usually do you dirty are your friends. It's strangers who show the most kind of support. It's strangers. Strangers will respect your boundaries way more than some of your friends because friends grow levels of entitlement. And I fear that some of y'all have given your loyalty to the wrong people, to the wrong things. Thank you for the gift, Karma's Canvas. Some of y'all have given your loyalty to the wrong people, the wrong things, and that could also cause resentment within you. Because guess what? When you gave your loyalty to that person and that person doesn't pour into you, it's almost like you chose them over you. And that's where a lot more irritability comes from. Thank you for the gift, Rocks. Thank y'all so much for the gift. So I recognized, I was like, I don't want to go out like that. And I had to realize that, there are people out there that will call you selfish. And the only reason, sometimes, not all the time, some people will call you selfish because they're used to taking a lot from people and you don't allow them to take as much. And they don't recognize that they've been able to take that much from people. So when they see that they can't take from you, they're not used to that rejection. So they project onto you that you're selfish, when in fact, it's them that's selfish. Because any person that calls you selfish after placing a boundary, or anybody that calls you a name after placing a boundary, you need to run from. You need to run. And this is all a part of magnetism, also understanding networks. And that's why I say no friends. No friends in the industry. No friends. You got family. But no friends. Allies. I would rather go to dinner with someone who's probably going to fight with me about who's paying the bill than to go to dinner with someone who looks at me like, so you finna take care of it? Where's the growth in that? Even family can cross you bad. That's true. And I'm not telling you to, but you got some family member or you got somebody in that family that act like a family member. Where is the growth in that? Like, in this life, they say something in the Bible, right? I'm going to quote the Bible on this one. Be fruitful and multiply. I'm going to quote the Bible on this one. I usually don't do this, but I'm going to quote the Bible. Be fruitful and multiply. If you're hanging around people who are not fruitful and who don't multiply, you're inevitably dying. You're inevitably decaying instead of growing. Because you have to understand that you are no different from a seed. You are no different from a garden. You are the Garden of Eden. You are no different from it. You are a seed that is fruitful, abundant, and is ready to multiply. But if you get caught hanging around the weeds, if you get caught hanging around fruits with mold on it, you're gonna decay. But if you hang out with the fruitful trees and you hang out with the, there's two ways they could go. You could decay, or you could turn out into a whole tree that bears many fruits with many seeds. But your fruitfulness depends on what you allow around you. Your fruitfulness depends on who you allow around you. Like, you can't afford to have people getting in your way. You cannot afford to let people get in your way, because you would be surprised at how much that costs you. You can't afford how much it costs you. Let me say it one more time. You cannot afford people to get in your way because of how much it's going to cost you. And honestly, I'm not trying to pay that price. I'm not trying to pay the price of not seeing who I can become. I'm not trying to pay the price of seeing, what I coulda, shoulda, woulda did. Nah, I gotta see it through. Gots to see it through, my boy. Gots to see it through. Everybody say, gots to see it through. Everybody say, gots to see it through. Everybody comment right now, gots to see it through, my boy. Gots to see it through. Because you got to see it through. I almost took my life and got tinnitus and hearing loss, and my ex told me to cry to my therapist. Mayara, you are a 33 life path, so I know you done been through some crazy things. Got to see it through. Exactly, you got to see it through. In the end, she told me she abused me on purpose. And guess what? Let me tell you something, Mayara. Anybody that does a 33 life path wrong or 33 energy wrong will inevitably face karma. When you put those 2 3s together, what you get? Exactly. When you put those 2 3s together, what you get? You get 8. When you put them 2 3s together, you get 8. And 8 is the number of karma. So don't worry, Mayara. A lot of y'all don't realize that God put you through certain things because the adversity was free energy for you to ride to the finish line. Some of y'all don't know that your enemy could take you to the finish line. Your enemy could take you to the finish line. And there's this aspect in the book, Relentless. Check that book out. There's an aspect in the book, Relentless. And it talked about how sometimes you have to go to that dark place. You have to go to the person who abused you, or think about, go to that trauma in your life and sit there with it and talk to it and face it and use it. So I started doing that. I started remembering the people who traumatized me, and I started having conversations with them in my head and getting motivation from it. And I, for example, when I go running, let me tell you something. When I go running, all of the people that did me wrong, I'm telling them when I'm running that I'm coming for you. Now, I'm over it. You're over it when you can learn how to use it, when you can appreciate it for the energy that it is. Are y'all understanding what I'm saying right now? You're over that trauma when you can appreciate it for the free energy it is. Because you know that at any moment when you need fire under you, you can pull to that moment where somebody fucked you over, somebody did you dirty, and you're like, yeah, this is why I want to be better. You feel me? Mayara said, I lost my father and who I thought was the love of my life, but it brought me closer to God. I understand that, Mayara. And let me tell you something. When I went to my dad's grave, all I could hear was, you know what you got to do. You know what you got to do. Sometimes going to the pain will give you the answers. Sometimes the pain itself is the answer, is the motivation. I remember one of my mentors told me, how is it so easy for you to be consistent? How are you consistent? And she said, I don't like what it feels like to be broke. I don't like what it feels like to not have. I don't like what it feels like to not pay my bills. I don't like what it feels like. Some of y'all need to think that about your trauma. I don't like what it feels like when people cross my boundaries, so I'm going to enforce them. I don't like what it feels like when I'm around people that I don't gravitate towards, but I'm forcing myself to be here because I'm people pleasing. I don't like it. Recognize it's not there's nothing wrong with recognizing what you don't like, and then not to sulk on it, but then to remind yourself of what you want to change it to. Remember now, your control over your ability to control your emotions allows you to control your creations. Thank you for the gift. The real Keiko. I hope I said your name right. Thank you, Shay, for the gift. Transmuted energy gonna do it every time. Let me tell you something. When you learn how to transmute energy, you have become an advanced individual. When you know how to take anything and turn it into something else, that means that nothing that is put in front of you is really a negative. It may be a negative when it gets to you, but when you're done with it, it's going to be the best thing you ever went through. You know? So I want y'all to know that from this point on, like, it's about consciousness. And the only reason, let me tell you why I feel like I lost awareness. Let me tell you what it is. I lost awareness because I slacked on my routine the past couple of days, like Thanksgiving and shit. I slacked from my routine. Let me tell you why. If I was going through my routine and I was doing my yoga in the morning, I was waking up at, like, for the past couple of days, I haven't waken up at 5. I woke up at like 7, right? You know, my body knows, my instincts in the back of my head knows, hey, I thought we was waking up at da-da-da-da-da. My body knows something's off. Hold on. I thought we said, you get what I'm saying? And sometimes I think maybe Thanksgiving and Christmas and all of that is here for you to get thrown off. And it's only those that are conscious of what it is that takes advantage of it and allows them to get ahead of other people who get thrown off. It's good to break routine, though. The only time it's good to break routine is to create another one. You see, the business owners, the business owners are the ones who take advantage of Thanksgiving and you know what I'm saying? And they use it and they don't stop working. You off of work, but they not off of work. You get what I'm saying? But I don't blame anybody or anything, because guess what? If I was in alignment, I would be on that side of it. The people who don't fall off. So, but guess what? When you work out in the morning, when you do your meditations, when you do your videos, when you do what you're supposed to do, you eat right. Guess what happens? You build up an armor around your energy, so it's not as easily affected. But when you don't do the meditation, when you don't do the yoga, when you don't do the working out, you're easily like taken out of your energy because you didn't do anything to solidify the energy. You feel me? You feel me? So that's what I want y'all to understand. Like, you know, keep in mind at all times, okay, am I falling off or am I on point? You become vulnerable. Exactly. Holidays always throw me off. You know what's crazy? Holidays, Hollywood. And we know Hollywood is from a holly tree. And we know that the holly tree, I think that's where they create the wands from. The wood, holly, you know, and Hollywood is where they do sorcery. Hollywood, holly tree, holidays. You know? So just understand that there are also being spells put on the masses. And your awareness can stop you from having these spells. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy because if it's a really holy day, then why not put it holy day? Why holiday? Why holly, like Hollywood? Why not holy day? No. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. Let me see something. I'm trying to see what holly mean. I'm trying to see what Holi mean. Oh, so look, Holi is a Hindu spring festival. I don't know why this not working. Oh, okay, that's why. All right, there we go. It's a Hindu festival. So this is Hindu. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever. I just wanted to see what that was. Are you streaming on Twitch? No, I'm just on YouTube. Just on YouTube. For everybody that took advantage of the sale for my 2 classes, I want to know how y'all enjoying the classes. I want to know how y'all feel about it. Man, let me tell you something. I can tell how wealthy someone is by how they talk about things. They don't even need to talk about money. And I can tell how wealthy or how successful someone is about how they talk about things. And I feel like people forget how much your mind plays into effect with how your life ends up. We think everything is just physical, how much I work, how much I do, how much I put in, how much money I spend. And it's like, no, my love, that's not what it is. It's how you think, how you perceive things. Because one perception can make you choose a choice that's terrible for you, and one perception could make you or break you. Do you feel? Mindset is everything. You're right. And I cannot be around people who do not, what's the word, like when you make it important? I can't be around people who do not understand the importance of mind and how they think. I cannot afford to be around people who do not understand the importance, the value, or prioritize their mind. People who have a lack of awareness are dangerous. I want you to know that. Just because listen, let me tell you something. Somebody telling you they don't know is just as dangerous as somebody who intentionally did it. Someone who does not know is also just as dangerous as someone who intentionally did it. Because your ignorance is a liability. Your ignorance is a liability. Y'all hear that? That's deep. Let me, I gotta tweet that. Let me tweet that. It's dangerous to be around people who don't know. It's dangerous to be around people, those who don't know, and people who purposely take you off your path. Ignorance is also a liability and is just as dangerous as intentional. Just as dangerous as someone intentionally sabotaging you. I gotta tweet this. Sabotaging you. Yeah, I had to tweet that. Let me read it to you now. It's dangerous to be around people who don't know and people who purposely take you off your path. Ignorance is also a liability and is just as dangerous as someone intentionally sabotaging you. You know what? That's deep. What y'all think about that? That's deep. What do you do when they show they are not loyal? I remove myself. I just wrote that down. Ignorance is a liability. Ignorance is a liability. The fact that you don't know makes you just as dangerous. You got to go. The fact that you don't know makes you just as dangerous. What's your Twitter? I need that in my notepad. My Twitter is at Oriana Manhurst. Introspective. Gotta be introspective. That's why like I think as I'm getting older and as I'm getting smarter, the less I want to speak. Because it's like I need to start saving my energy. You're gonna go correct someone, and what is that gonna do for you? Nothing. Some people will actually hear, but that's why you have to be wise enough to notice, is that person even able to receive? Is that person able to receive? And that's emotional intelligence. This is why I tell y'all need to have my magnetism class. Because if you're trying to teach someone, or if you're trying to help someone, or you're trying to network with people, you got to know when to give your opinion, when not to give your opinion. You got to know when to check them, when not to check them, how to enforce your boundaries, how to communicate in a way that is not going to cause resistance. Listen, y'all. My magnetism class is $99.91. Do you have one-on-one mentorship? Yes, DM me if you want to be mentored or do a one-on-one. But $99.91 for my magnetism class for you to learn. How do I talk to people? How do I get people to do what I want? How do I understand people? How do I persuade people? How do I have influence? You know, I've recognized that a lot of people in this day and age truly do not know what is valuable and what it is. Some people will feel like having an iPhone is more valuable than education. Not realizing that education, when applied, when used right, because education enough isn't alone. You got to apply it. You got to use it. Education alone, when applied, can get you anything you want. Anything you want. But people don't know that education is not cheap. You see, the value of education has been fucked with. And this is why poor-minded people don't know what's valuable or not. Because you have universities charging you $80,000, $90,000 for something that's going to keep you trapped. Or you go to these school systems that teach you things that's not what you want to learn. They're not helping you learn a skill. So you start to think that education is not really what you think it is. I learned how to read. I learned how to speak. I got enough. When in reality, it's the person who goes for non-traditional education that tends to be more educated than the person who went traditional. There's a difference between non-traditional education and traditional education. And this is why me, personally, I want to be the Renaissance woman to help create a new education system. Teaching people like Joe Dispenza is an inspiration to me. Teaching people about neuroscience. The more people can understand the brain, the more people can understand themselves, because this brain is the motherboard. It's the system of this whole matrix. The matrix is coming from you, baby. It's not happening to you. It's coming from you. Thank you, LaSheila. You know what I'm saying? So I started to recognize, I was like, man, there is a demand for good education out there. There is a demand. People want to learn. People want to learn because people are starting to see what education can do for you. Non-traditional though. I see people making $600,000 in a day off of learning how to trade, learning the stock market, learning the game. But here's the thing. You have to be mindful enough to play the game and know when the game is trying to play you. People are learning about capitalism. People are learning about the opportunities we have in America to be wealthy. People are learning. And the more we desire information, the more it's going to show up. Because that's one thing I've noticed about information. When you're ready, the mentor will appear. When you're ready, the mentor will appear. And a lot of y'all found me because of that. Because you was ready for the information. You was ready for the information. We are living a new time in consciousness. They can't fool us anymore. No, they can't. No, they can't. No, they can't. So you'll notice they'll start to join us. They'll start to join us. They'll start posing as woke people. They'll start posing as consciousness. That's how they always get us. They try to infiltrate by acting as if they're us. That's why when they first did the first slavery, they paid the Africans to go get more Africans. Understand? I'm trying to tell you, that's what they do. When they want to get you, they will pose like they will pose like they're your friend. They will pose. Thank you for the gift, Chi Chi. They will pose like they're your friend. And you're always here providing information, even if you may not go live one day. We have our previous live ebooks classes always. And I try to create so much so that way when I'm old and my time is past, there's so much of my wisdom out there. Said bring the whiteboard back, Mara. That's the scary part, right? Gotta take them screenshots. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all the OGs for real. And we gonna keep growing. Do you have any advice for when you start something but feel self-conscious and afraid? What I do is I meditate and I visualize myself as the version of me that has already done it. And what ends up happening is when I visualize it, I'm actually practicing doing it. And the more I'm practicing doing it, the more confidence I start to get. And you start to create neural pathways as if you actually was practicing it. You can even develop muscle memory through your imagination. You can even develop muscle memory with your imagination. So start in your imagination, because the reason why you don't feel ready yet is because you're not that person who's going to do it. That's why. So the separation is your self-image. I keep trying to tell you, this is what I do. Your separation is your self-image. And that's why you should be in my magnetism class. My magnetism class will teach you how to be the version of you that you want to become. Also, I do want to let y'all know, listen, y'all, if y'all have not checked it out, we shipped out all the crystals. And we got new necklaces already added. So if you guys have not yet, click the link in the bio. Some of them are already sold out. Click the link in the bio, manhurst.com, and go get you some wire wrap necklaces. We even got towers, anything if you want to put it at your desk where you're working at. We have towers. You know what I'm saying? You could put these in your wallet. You got little ones you could put in your wallet, put it around your home. Put it around your wallet. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you guys click the link in the bio and check out the crystal shop. But back to what I was saying, we are sponsored by Styx's Mystery School and manhurst.com, the crystal shop. So yeah, like I was saying though, you got to learn how to be the version of you that you desire to be. You have to learn how to be the version of you that you desire to be. And the more you practice it, the more that separation of, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to get there, is going to naturally dissipate. It's naturally going to dissipate. You feel me? So what I want y'all to know is that if you find it hard for you to communicate with people, if you find it hard to sell your products, if you find it hard to get people to listen and pay attention to you, if you find it hard to attract people or attract the people that you want, magnetism is for you. And let me tell you why. I'm gonna read a couple of things that I've been teaching when it comes to magnetism. Okay. So one thing that I really like to do is I like to teach from history. I think that history repeats itself and we can learn a lot from history. So one thing I want to tell you is that, when you make this shift, you have to be aware of the consequences that's going to happen when you become this new person. So for example, if you was a nobody and you was insecure and now you're about to be this person that's super confident and super sexy, you need to start preparing yourself for envy. You have to start preparing yourself for people going against you, people stabbing you in the back. You have to prepare yourself for people wanting to steal from you. You have to understand that with every reality, there is still duality. With every reality you jump, there is still a negative. But at least you get to pick what your negative will be. So okay, well, I could deal with that. Okay? So understand what I'm about to teach you, if used wrong, will have a negative impact on you and your karma. If you use this information that I'm teaching you in magnetism to manipulate people to get your way out of trying to take from their will, just know that your own karma will get you for that. So be mindful of this information that I'm giving you because it is psychology. All right. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about is the magnetic art of reality. We've been talking about this a lot, and I'm going to keep talking about it and keep going over it and over and over it because I want you to really understand this. To wield power is to understand magnetism. Let's just start off there. In order to be powerful, you have to be able to charm people. You have to be able to win people over. In order to have power in a country and be the president or the ambassador or the king or the queen, you got to learn how to win people over. And guess what? You don't need to act like anything that's not you. Think about it like acting, right? When we tell people, well, when they are acting, right? They tell you be yourself within this character. Yes, this is the lines that you have, but say it in a way that feels natural to you to give as much reality to this character as possible. Some of y'all are not recognizing that even when a person is playing a character, that character is still an aspect of them, a part of them, something that they understand, something that they were able to bring to life because they have the soul for it. So if there's a version of you that you want to be, do not think that you're faking it because you cannot fake a version of you. You cannot fake a soul. Some of y'all think, oh, but when I act like this, I'm pretending. No, you're not pretending. Because guess what? You cannot pretend to be something that you're not. It's never going to be congruent. Somebody said, how do you shine brighter as a quiet person? Join my magnetism class. Because guess what? The fact that you're quiet could be used as such a strong strength in your magnetism. And the reason why is because if you're quiet, you're not needy to be heard. And if you're not needy to be heard, you can allow other people to be seen and heard. Therefore, those people will naturally see and hear you because you give them something that other people don't give them. And the way that you do that is by listening. Listening. Listen, if you want to join my magnetism class, all you have to do is DM me your birthday to see if you're eligible, okay? And the class is $99.91. Do not DM me if you're not payment ready, okay? And I'm going to read to you guys a bit of what my magnetism class is about. Actually, this thing that I'm teaching right here is what my magnetism class is about. You know what I'm saying? So let me go ahead. And I have my own app too that you guys can watch my videos on. I have my own app too. She's spitting. I try to give as much game as possible. I try to give as much value as possible. So that way when I tell y'all about my product, y'all like, well, fuck, you did just give me all that game. Maybe I do need to, tap in. Yeah. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to sign in. All right, bet I'm going to show y'all. So this is the website. This is my website. I built this whole website by myself. at the age of 22. Nobody helped me. So now let's log in. So when you log in on my website, you're going to see all the products that you purchased from me. Now, if you have the app, it's going to be the same thing, right? So let's see. Boom. Unlocking your magnetic charm. Once you join it, look, this is what you should expect in my class. This is a course. A course on becoming more magnetic aims to help individuals enhance their personal presence and charisma, allowing them to attract and engage others more effectively. Participants will learn various techniques and strategies to develop a captivating aura and cultivate magnetic qualities that naturally draw people towards them. So one magnetic quality that I already told you about is listening. The more you listen, the more present you are. The more present you are, the more magnetic you are. Because when your energy is in this moment and not on the past, because that's the thing. When people are listening to you, they're listening and zoning out. So you look at their eyes and you can tell you're not all the way here. And it can be like when I see people not listening to me and I'm talking to them, I shut the fuck up. I stop talking immediately. I immediately stop talking. Like, I'll be like, I just, and I see them on their phone. I just, because you're gonna respect me. You're gonna respect me. And if you don't listen to me, this friendship can, well, this companionship can end right now. But that's the thing with friends. Friends do that shit. Friends do that shit. See, friends try to get the same level of acceptance and entitlement as family. And that's what I don't like about friends. Friends want to have the same level of acceptance and entitlement as family. You know, family, some of them, you just have to deal with their shit because they're your family. Friends are the type of people who you're not even blood with them. But a real friendship is you giving them that same type of forgiveness. No, if you're not my blood, like my bloodline, you don't deserve that. You don't deserve me overlooking things. You don't. Your mom is your mom. You don't got to be cool with her. You don't got to be this and this and that. But your mom is your mom, and you're forever going to have a connection to her for the rest of your life. And even when you have your kids, because guess what? When you have your kids, they're going to have a little bit of your mom. So regardless, you ain't never got to talk to her ever again. But guess what? That connection is forever, and it runs deep. That's why it's important to try to fix it. Because it's genetic. So that's what I tell y'all, man. Be careful with these people. Be careful. Let's continue. So the course typically covers topics such as body language, vocal tonality, and active listening skills. I just told y'all that, which contribute to creating a magnetic presence. Students will also explore the art of storytelling, humor, and conversation techniques to create deeper connections and leave lasting impressions. Additionally, the course may delve into self-confidence. If you aren't confident, remember, this whole conversation has been about self-awareness and self-confidence. If you have no self-awareness, life is going to be very hard for you because you're never going to be able to test, measure, tweak. Test things, be able to see how it's doing and tweak it because you lack the ability to be observative of what's working and what's not working. So if you don't have awareness, you lack the ability to see what works and what doesn't work, what hurts you and what grows you. And you're basically blind to yourself. And this is why it's important to have awareness. You cannot manifest without awareness. Because guess what? If you can't catch your thoughts, you're going to be a slave to them. You're going to be a slave to them. The same way you could be a slave to money, you could be a slave to your thoughts. Sorry, y'all. Ooh, I had to stretch. You could be a slave to your thoughts. What if you can't fix it? They never change, or you have no way to contact them because they left. If you can't control it, you got to accept it. If you can't control it, you got to accept it. If it's out of your control, you have to accept it. Okay? So, self-awareness and emotional intelligence, as these aspects play a crucial role in developing magnetism. Through practical exercises, feedback sessions, and real-life scenarios, participants will acquire the tools and knowledge to enhance their personal magnetism. Period. Your sweater, I love it. Thank you. This is just Adidas. I appreciate it. I appreciate every comment that y'all be giving me. You feel me? So, like I said, make sure you guys DM me to join the magnetism class. This magnetism class single-handedly is best for people who want to be YouTubers. It's best for people who want to be famous, people who want to be models. That's who this is for. That's who this is for. I'm looking at your comments. I'm in the class. It's bussin'. Per my kids' slang. Are the classes live? No, they're pre-recorded. Or you've been helping me out a lot to get back to my roots. I'm a Brazilian music artist. Oh, that's so dope. That's so dope. What you said reminded me of X, which was what? The acceptance part? X has so much knowledge and so much game. So much knowledge and so much game. Another thing I want to tell y'all, who here is an overthinker? Who here is an overthinker? Who here is an overthinker? Oh, Lord, we got overthinkers in the building. We got overthinkers in the building. No! Why you overthinking? Why you overthinking? Why is you overthinking, sweetie? You're not supposed to be overthinking. Overthinking hurts you. Let me help y'all out with that. Let me help y'all out with that. If I had information or if I had something that could help you stop overthinking and get control over your mind, would you want it? Would you want it? Would you want it? If I had something to help you stop overthinking, to help you become aware of it, to help you learn about that aspect of the mind, and to help you get over it, would you want it? For real, would you want it? Vlad say me. Vlad, you be overthinking too? Oh, damn. Somebody said I just be trying to vibe to it. Yo, you stupid. Shut up. You stupid. You stupid. No, the overthinkers. Yes. Okay, I'm going to tell y'all what I got. So what I have is, if you go to my my crystal shop, which is in the link in the bio, if you go to my crystal shop in the link in the bio, I have 2 ebooks here that I think if you get these 2, it'll help you out. It's How to Manifest Wealth. How to Manifest Wealth actually teaches you the laws of the mind. So for example, the all is mind. The all is mind. There's a law stated in the Kabbalah that the all is mind. So it teaches you about your mind and how the brain works. And then this book it comes with an audio tape. See, y'all didn't even know. Niggas not doing that. It comes with an audio tape, and it teaches you how to use affirmations and how to reprogram the mind. So when you get these 2 books together, I would start with this one, Create a New Life, right? Because it's telling you the science of why you think the way you think, how affirmations work. So look, for example, let's read this part right here, right? How to use affirmations. Your subconscious mind is always listening. When you learn about the abilities of the subconscious mind, you will understand to have the desired life you want to live, you must program this mind. Your submind is always listening to what is being fed, and most importantly, the things that you are saying to it affect it the most. If you deal with anxiety, overthinking, or even intrusive thoughts, this ebook will bring you all the tools you need to succeed. The key of affirmation is to reprogram the mind using audio. When you consistently repeat this affirmation to yourself, your mind will start to believe them as long as you do not feed it more negativity than positivity. You must say these affirmations every day for this to work. It is told that humans have over 40,000 thoughts a day, and 87% of it is negative. The best way to use these affirmations is when you find yourself having a negative thought, when you find yourself defaulting back to your unconscious self, defeat it by saying 10 of these affirmations. Also, another great way to use this book is during meditation. That is the perfect time to reprogram the mind because you are in theta state. Saying these affirmations every day will change your life, I promise. At first, it may feel weird and you may not believe it because you are trying to get your brain to accept a new belief. So it's going to feel weird at first. It's intimidating at first, but with repetition, you will become a beast. How to use affirmations. So you get this book and you get this book, How to Manifest. Now, this book talks about so the first book is manifest your mind, your affirmations, how the mind works. This book is about, now that you've trained the mind and tamed the mind, let me tell you how your mind creates and how you can get rich off of it. Okay? So click the link in my TikTok bio. Let me go ahead and comment this down below my YouTube. So click the link in my TikTok bio. And this is also where you can get the crystals. So everything here on my shop, you can get the crystals. So once you get on the website, click ebooks and scroll down and you'll see it. This is Spiritual Laws of Money. So you know what I'm saying? And look, I even have a masterclass, $5, cheap. I'm actually going to raise the price of this, but I actually have a masterclass, 1 hour long masterclass that breaks down this book. It breaks down this book. So make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. What helps is think of what you do want, because 90% of our fears never happen. Literally. They say 80% of the 80% of the time you don't even see the things that you fear. 80% of the time. And if you do see the things that you fear, then sheesh, you must really be like putting a lot of energy behind them thoughts. Thank you, Robbo. She said, well, you love your earrings. Thank you. Thank you for the gifts, y'all. How is the class structured? My magnetism class is pre-recorded. So you can watch all of the videos, read all of the reports at your own time. All right. So listen, y'all, I'm going to head out. I love you guys. DM me if you have any questions. The link is in my bio to my crystal shop. What I'm about to do, you know what? Actually, before I go, what I'm going to do is I'm going to help you guys find crystals that are good for y'all. Before y'all head out, I'm going to help y'all find crystals that are really good for y'all. So what I want everyone to do, only if you actually are interested in getting some crystals, comment down below what you feel like you need help with. Like energetically, what do you feel like you're missing in your life? And let me see what I may have to help you. Okay, so ask yourself, okay, be like, I'm overthinking too much. I'm not making enough money. Or what is it that you feel like you're missing in your life? Let me know. Because the reason why I started a business was to serve you. That's the reason for it, to serve you. Somebody says stagnant energy. If you're dealing with stagnant energy, my love, the best thing to help with is clear quartz. Because it's an amplifier. And if you haven't joined the magnetism class, or if you haven't started doing the meditations in my mystery school, that's what I would pair with. So what I would say is clear quartz is an energy amplifier. You're not going to be stagnant after that. And then what I would say is meditations. Okay. Somebody said self-confidence. Oh, magnetism, baby. Magnetism. Somebody said finances. Okay, if you said finance, and what I want y'all to do is I want y'all to DM me after I tell you what it is so I can help you get it, okay? So if you're struggling with confidence, you need the magnetism class. If you're struggling with finances, then you need the seduction of money. But if that's too expensive for you, then I would recommend how to manifest wealth. If you said confidence, I would say create a new life in my magnetism class. Now, if you are lacking confidence, but you want a crystal in it, girl, let me tell you, carnelian is the confidence crystal. Carnelian is the single-handedly confidence crystal. Look, this one is called fame. Like literally. The sexy attention grab. You see the names of it? Internet sensation, confident star. This is literally called confident star. Somebody said wealth and overthinking. So if you said wealth and overthinking, I would first say you can get this one for wealth and then get this ebook for overthinking, because this is what it's for. It was made with the intention of that. And the link is in my bio. Make sure y'all go ahead, comment the website down below. The link is in the bio. Or DM for help. Link is in the bio. My link is in the bio. What's the Super 7 for? The Super 7 is for people who are very intelligent. People, it's like 7 energy. So if you're born on the 7, hold on. Let me type it in. Super 7. Yep. So look, Super 7 right here. Super 7. Let's look at the bracelet. Super 7, also known as the Melody Stone. Super 7, also known as the Melody Stone or Sacred Stone, is an extremely rare mineral with 7 crystals in one. Super 7 is the key ingredient to accessing the spiritual realm and unlocking the knowledge. Do y'all know? Oh my God, I gotta tell y'all. Off topic. Y'all, do y'all know that, remember how I've been talking about 2022 a lot, and how I was like, man, that's when I was like, that's when I was like really learning from my mentors and all of that. Do y'all know I found the Moldavite from 2022? I found my Moldavite from that period of my life. And when I tell you, I paid like $200 for this crystal. Do y'all know Moldavite will leave your life when, like, you don't need to work with it. Crystals, when they leave your life, it's for a reason. But I've never had a crystal come back into my life. And so now I feel like ever since I've been wearing the Moldavite now, I feel like I'm going through like the challenges are like just a little bit more stronger because of how much it's transforming me. That means you completed a goal. Wow. One mission complete. So now I need it again for another mission, Myra. What you saying? Yeah, man. So listen, y'all. Like, I want y'all to know I really believe in crystals. And the reason why I really believe in crystals is because history repeats itself. If kings and queens were wearing crystals and amulets, and that was a sign of wealth, why wouldn't I do the same thing now? I'm not going to allow society to make me think that these freaking diamonds with no real spiritual power is more valuable than a crystal with actual spiritual properties. New mission coming. Wow. Ever since watching you, more people have been trying to talk to me and be around me. Am I being magnetic? You could be becoming more aware of it. And because you're becoming more aware of it and you're taking the things that I'm teaching you, it could be happening for you like that. It could be happening for you like that. It could be happening for you like that. It really could. I'm trying to tell you. It really could. I can't feel energy off crystals yet. I don't know why, but I notice I'm drawn to certain ones, but I don't know how to work them. You may not be aware of subtle energy just yet. So what you need to do is you need to make sure the crystal is cleansed. That's number one. Make sure the crystal is cleansed. And then what you need to do is you need to start meditating with it and start learning how to become aware of the subtle energy that resonates with you first. Like, feel the little aura of vibrational energy across your hand, around your body, and then you'll start to be able to feel the subtle energy around everything else. All right. All right, y'all. Place it in the sun to energize it. No, for real. So yeah, we was talking about Super 7. So Super 7 is a high frequency crystal. It's a high frequency crystal. But listen, y'all, I'm about to head out. I'm going to continue with my day. I love you guys. And before I go, I'm going to play a song for y'all. Before I go, I'm going to play a song for y'all.
And I just want some love. Don't need a shoulder. You can carry on. I viaggi come tipo che mira. And this is toxic. And baby girl, yeah, sento nada mia vida. And I can't love you, no I do. You try to heal, that's the deal. And I know I got a lot to give, and I gotta heal. You're so toxic, got that preciso with your voice. And this is toxic, cause I feel like I'm losing my voice, babe. Got blue honeys on me, stunting on me. Got stitched on jeans, and I'm running a league. I'm an MVP, cause I'm running a league. He's so toxic, got the receipts all to forsake.